Hi, everyone. So everyone's been talking about this 14% profit share in HUM. So the purpose of this video is to talk about it so that you understand how it works. All right. So first of all, correct, HUM is sharing 14% of its yearly profit with its traders. Now, the thing is, we reserve the right to increase that. So we're going to start with 14%, and then over time, we reserve the right to increase that profit share. Now, why are we doing that? Why is HUM doing that? HUM is the first exchange in the world, crypto exchange in the world, ever to do this. So why are we doing this? Well, you see, HUM values its community. It's not about HUM making exorbitant profits at the expense of our community. It's about HUM reinvesting back into the community. And because we all come from an area of healthcare, it's really important to us that we do that. Now, can you rely on that 14% profit share? Absolutely. We are a VASP accredited crypto exchange, and we are highly regulated. We will have audited accounts on a yearly basis, and we will publish our profit. All right, nothing to hide here. It will be totally transparent. So you will get to see what that 14% actually means. So, how do you get that 14%? What does that look like? So let me first of all say that that 14% is going to be broken down into a few categories. So think of the 14% as 6% plus 4% plus 2% plus 2%. So again, 6% plus 4% plus 2% plus 2%. If you add that up, that's 14%. So how do we get the first 6%? How do we get into that first 6%? Well, actually, it's very simple. Okay. To get that 6%, to get a share of that first 6%, you need to do a couple of very simple things. The first thing you need to do is you need to register on HUM and complete your KYC or KYB. That way you become a registered HUM trader. Now, once you become a registered HUM trader, if you purchase and then hold $1,000 worth of HUMB Native tokens, that's a minimum of $1,000 worth of HUMB Native tokens, then you qualify for that 6%, provided you are one of the first 100,000 people or traders to do that. So we're going to call that the Platinum Trader Group. So let me repeat that, all right? If you register, do your KYC or KYB, and you become a HUM trader, and you purchase a minimum of $1,000 US dollars of HUM Native tokens, and you are one of the first 100,000 traders to do that, then you are a platinum trader and you qualify for the first 6% profit share. Now, there are a few things that you should know. The first thing that you should know is that we've decided to cap the HUM Native token at 25 cents per token. We had a very successful pre-sale raise, and so we've decided to list the HUM token at 25 cents. Now, is that always going to be the case? Well, no. We've capped it at the moment at 25 cents, and then at some stage we will open it up to the market and let the market decide whatever that may be. But certainly in the first instance, we're going to cap it at 25 cents per token. So how many tokens do you need to buy and own and hold to have a minimum of 1,000 US dollars? 4,000. 4,000 tokens. So 4,000 tokens at 25 cents a token equate to 1,000 US dollars. Now, at the end of this video, I'm also going to do some questions and answers because you may have some questions around why I mentioned a minimum of 1,000 US dollars. So if you have questions, hang around to the end of the video and I will be asking myself some questions and answering them as well too. And hopefully it'll cover the questions that you might have. So quickly as a recap, how do I get access to that 6%? Well, register on HUMB, do your KYC or KYB, and then purchase a minimum of 1,000 US dollars of HUMB Native tokens. And if you are one of the first 100,000 people to do that, you will qualify to be in that 6% group. And we are calling you the platinum traders. So what about the other categories? So now let's talk about the 4%. So you remember at the very start, I said 6 plus 4 plus 2 plus 2 equals 14%. So what about this 4%? What's that for? Well, you know what? We don't want to impose criteria that may be difficult for you to achieve or be able to sustain. So you know what? We're going to have a second group. And this group is fully open in the sense that it's not 100,000 places, it's any number of places. And this group, you have to only do a registration on HUMB and complete your KYC or KYB. And in this instance, you only need to purchase and hold a minimum of 100 US dollars of HUMB Native tokens. So that would be 400 HUMB Native tokens based on a HUMB Native token being 25 cents at this point in time. So let me repeat. If you don't get into the 6% group, then you have an opportunity to get into the 4% group. And that requires you to register, do your KYC and KYB, and then purchase and own and hold a minimum of 100 US dollars of HUMB Native tokens. So that now covers the 6% and the 4%. So 6% and 4%, that's 10%. So what about the other two categories of 2% and 2%? Okay, so let's talk about 2%. How do I get this bonus 2%? Now, when HUMB was created, when HUMB went live, HUMB's main goal is to reward healthcare workers, people associated with healthcare. Now, who may they be? Who are they? Well, they're doctors, they're nurses, they're physios, they're yoga instructors, nutritionists, fitness instructors. They could be oncologists. They could be pediatrics. They can be podiatrists, sight, hearing, smell, skin, hair, volunteers, healthcare volunteers around the world, aged care workers, and the list goes on. There are many categories of people that assist others in healthcare. So we want to reward you. We think your service is amazing. In fact, without healthcare, you have nothing. So your role in humanity is very, very important for all of us. So HUMB was created to provide a special bonus for you. And we're calling you the KYH group, Know Your Healthcare. So there's KYC for Know Your Customer or Client. There's KYB for Know Your Business. There's KYT for Know Your Transaction. We have coined a term and created a term called KYH, and that is Know Your Healthcare. Because we want to reward you. So it's a very simple test, okay? And you'll find it on our website, hum.io. If you can show us a profile that clearly indicates that you are associated to healthcare, you could be a researcher, you could be a biotech. So there are so many categories out there. You could be involved in nutrition. You could be a home carer. You could be caring for members of your own family. That's healthcare. You could write books on healthcare. You could be a tutor. You could be a teacher. You could be an academic in healthcare. You all qualify. You could be an admin officer in healthcare. You qualify. You could be writing policy for healthcare. You qualify. I know it's very broad. I understand that. But you see, all of you are very, very important to the vitality of the planet. You are all very important to the wellness of the human race. You are all very, very important to everyone around you for their well-being. So you are absolutely vital for all of us. And so we want to reward you. So going back to KYH, Know Your Healthcare. If you can show us that you are involved in healthcare and you have a minimum of 100 US dollars of HUMB Native Tokens, a minimum of 100, not 1,000, 100. If you have a minimum of 100 US dollars of HUMB Native Token, then we are going to give you a bonus share of 2% of our profit, of HUMB's profit, yearly profit. Okay, so we want to reward you. We want to recognize you for your service. So there you go. Show us KYH, and you are eligible for that share, or that 2% share of HUMB's profit. So now I've talked about 6%, I've talked about 4%, I've talked about 2%, and there's 2 more percent to go. So what about this last 2%? What does that entail? Okay. Well, HUMB was not only set up to reward KYH recipients, Know Your Healthcare recipients. It was also to reward individuals and organizations that are involved in healthcare and have digital assets, tokens that assist their use cases. In other words, HUMB is going to list very specifically and be focused on healthcare tokens. Now, HUMB is already treating and trading and allowing people to trade in the top 30 tokens. So we are doing that anyway. But we want to have a focus on healthcare tokens. We want healthcare tokens to be very much a part of our future and our ongoing services. So we have put together a fabulous advisory group. And this advisory group, their role is to go and evaluate healthcare tokens out in the world. All right. We go out there, we get approached by organizations and individuals which have their tokens. We evaluate it. We ask the questions, are these tokens that have, one, good use cases, and two, are these tokens that can benefit humanity? In other words, they have real value. And if they do, we will list you on HUMB. Now we say to all the HUMB traders, if you trade at least $100 US dollars in any of our HUMB listed tokens, any of our HUMB listed tokens, if you trade a minimum of $100 in a year, then you are eligible for that last 2% share of HUMB's profit. In other words, we're telling our HUMB traders that we are specifically and very focused on healthcare tokens. And if you support these tokens, if you support the work that HUMB wants to do in healthcare, then we will reward you with a further share of 2% of HUMB's profit. Now, that's good for you as a trader, and it's very good for our listed tokens. Now, I did say HUMB's listed tokens. So the question is HUMB Native Token a HUMB listed token? It is, but it is not part of this last 2%. So you must, as a HUMB trader, specifically trade in $100 USD of any of the other tokens on the HUMB exchange except for HUMB's native token. HUMB's native token is already taken care of with the 6%, the 4%, and the 2% KYH category. This is for all the other tokens that HUMB lists. Okay, so let's recap. Okay, so 14% of HUMB's profit, yearly profit, is going to be offered back to its traders, to HUMB traders. And there are 4 categories. There's a 6% category, there's a 4% category, there's a 2% category, and another 2% category. So very quickly as a summary, the 6% category, how do I become part of that category? Okay, you need to register on HUMB, complete KYC or KYB, and you need to purchase, own, and hold a minimum of 1,000 USD of HUMB's native token. How do I get into the 4% category? Okay, to get into the 4% category, you have to register and complete your KYC or KYB on HUMB, and you have to have a minimum of $100 USD of HUMB native tokens. 2% KYH. How do I get into that? You need to show us that you are a healthcare worker, you're associated with healthcare, and you have a minimum of $100 of HUMB native token. And the last 2%, how do I get that one? You need to be a HUMB trader, and you need to trade in a minimum of $100 of any of HUMB's healthcare listed tokens, any of HUMB's healthcare listed tokens except for or excluding the HUMB native token, which is taken care of in the 6%, the 4%, and the KYH 2%. So there you go, everyone. There's the 4 categories: 6%, 4%, 2%, 2%. Okay? So we have given a number of opportunities and a number of categories so that you can share profits with us. You can share in our profits. So I invite you all now to come and join HUMB. All right, I invite you now to come and join HUMB. But no doubt you have some questions based on what I've just said. So let me go through a few questions and maybe they will answer your questions. Okay? So, question. All right, I've heard this video. I think I understand all of it. Where can I get some more information? Well, you can go to the HUMB website, humb.io, and you can download the white paper, and specifically pages 1 to 10 of the white paper go through these categories. And they give a number of options. and they give a number of outcomes. So you've got that as an opportunity to do. And what if you, after you read the white paper, you still have some more questions? Well, HUMB supplies 24/7 support. Absolutely go online, contact one of our support people, and they will help you with any questions you may have around any of the categories, the 6%, the 4%, the 2%, and the 2%. No problem at all. All right, well, here's another question. You said that HUMB possibly will increase the profit share to its traders. Absolutely. Absolutely. We reserve the right to do that. Now, why would we do that? Well, it's very important to us that healthcare be seen as valuable. We are very keen to make sure that healthcare and health data is seen as valuable. All of you, or most of you, will have bank accounts. Well, the fiat that you have in your bank account is valuable to you. Well, why do we not treat our health data the same way? Our health data is very important to us and it's valuable. So we've specifically created a crypto exchange so that you can trade and value your healthcare data through use cases and tokens that are being offered to you on the HUMB platform. All right. So for us, it's very important that we give something back to the community of healthcare. We ourselves have been involved in healthcare for many years. So it's very important that we do this. So how can we do this? Well, one of the key ways we can do this is to have our community share in our profits. Now, as we grow, share more profits, because all that is going to do is grow our community and the projects that we are involved in and the tokens that we're involved in and the wonderful initiatives, the wonderful use cases that are out there in the healthcare space, and use tokens as a way of driving sustainability in healthcare. So yes, absolutely, we reserve the right to increase that profit share. Now, here's another question. You said that in order to get that first 6%, I have to be part of the first 100,000 traders. Absolutely. But there's a little twist to this. You have to be one of the first 100,000 traders that also owns and holds $1,000 worth of HUMB. Okay, $1,000 worth of HUMB. You have to purchase and hold that amount, a minimum of 1,000 US dollars of HUMB Native tokens. So again, it's not just being part of the first 100,000, it's part of being the first 100,000 that owns and holds $1,000 of HUMB Native tokens. So here's another question. Well, I can't afford $1,000 of HUMB Native tokens. Are there any other options? Absolutely. There are two options. One is that you can go after the 4% holding and the 2% KYH holding by having a minimum of $100 USD of HUMB Native tokens. So the bar is much lower, all right? But the profit share equally is a little bit lower. All right, so just be aware of that. KYH, is that hard to get, KYH? Well, you know what? Here's the thing. Healthcare comes in so many shapes and forms, and the people that are involved in healthcare can come from any part of healthcare. Like I said, volunteers, people involved in aged care, people who are doctors, surgeons, nurses, and the list goes on and on. Yoga instructors, fitness instructors, All of these are absolutely valuable areas of healthcare. There's no discrimination. Healthcare is healthcare. And one person's healthcare can be different from another person's healthcare. So there is no discrimination here. So all we need to know in order for you to successfully attain KYH is show us that you're involved in healthcare. So how do you do that? Very simply, give us access to your profile. Just send us a link. So when you complete your KYH registration, show us a link where we can go and validate that you are actually involved in healthcare. And if you can show that, then guess what? You can be involved in the in access to a further 2% of our profit share. Okay, so there's another area where you could get access to our profit share, but not have to necessarily buy $1,000 USD of HUMB Native token. You only need a minimum of $100 of HUMB Native token. By the way, if you also trade in $100, at least $100 USD of any of HUMB's healthcare listed tokens, then you get access to a further 2% profit share in HUMB. HUMB's profit share. So there are several other opportunities to get access to HUMB's profit share if you are not able to satisfy the first 6%. All right, so we've got a few other options that you can look into. So here's another question. So HUMB, is it a security? No. HUMB is not a security. HUMB is absolutely a utility token. You holding HUMB, you purchasing HUMB, you holding HUMB is just the access point to a profit share. It is not a shareholding in HUMB. You do not have a shareholding in HUMB. And I want to make this very clear to everyone that you do not have a shareholding in HUMB. Now, does that mean that HUMB doesn't care about your opinion or your thoughts or your comments or your feedback? Not at all. You are absolutely most welcome to give advice. You are most welcome to give us comments. You are most welcome to give us feedback. In fact, we would value that, especially if you are involved in healthcare. Why would we not listen to you? We have created this vehicle to reward you. So your opinion, your feedback is extremely valuable to us. So no, you don't have a shareholding in HUMB, but yes, we will share profits with you because we want to reward you, especially if you are involved in healthcare with a number of bonuses. So you might have another question around the healthcare listed tokens. So what are these healthcare listed tokens? So if you go to the HUMB.io website, then over time, we will give you listings of these tokens. We will give you some descriptions of these tokens, and we will even go one step further. We'll even give you a description of the token that we ourselves have written. In other words, we are going to value each of these tokens. We're going to evaluate these tokens. And so it's important for you to hear what we think about them as well, too. And so for each of these tokens, we will give a little paragraph that explains where we think these tokens have great value for humanity. We will not list tokens for the sake of listing. That does not help you, it doesn't help us, and it certainly does not help humanity or healthcare. We will only list tokens on the basis of their benefit. So from a trader perspective, we will do as much evaluation as we think is necessary before we list these tokens. And then from a healthcare perspective, We will absolutely look at each of the use cases that these tokens have and make sure that from our perspective, that these use cases actually have a benefit for humanity. That is very, very important. Now, you may have a number of other questions. All right. You may have a number of questions around why did I not get into the first 100,000? Why am I only in the 4% category when I should be in the 6% category? Why was I declined KYH? Why was I accepted into KYH but still not receiving my 2%? There may be any number of questions that you have. There may be any number of questions you have. So what I strongly suggest you do is if you have any questions, we have an incredible support team, a very friendly group of staff that are there to assist you with your questions, to make sure that your questions are answered and that you feel comfortable about the answers that you are getting. So absolutely reach out to us. Reach out to our support team. And in fact, I will go one step further. All of our executive team, all of our management are accessible. All of us are accessible. You can raise any points with us. You can talk to all of us through any number of our social media channels, including LinkedIn. You can reach out to us and ask us questions. We would be more than happy to answer them for you. We can answer questions around not just the 6%, the 4%, the 2%, and the 2%. You may have other questions related to any number of other issues, and we would be more than happy to have a chat with you. You may, in fact, even have tokens that you want to list on HUMB. Again, we're more than happy to talk to you. You may wish to be part of our advisory group because you could add great value for us. Absolutely. Reach out to us. We're more than happy to have a chat with you. Remember our background, all right? Remember our background. Our background is in healthcare, all right? We are very, very well associated with wellness, well-being, vitality, therefore healthcare. So we value all opinions, we value all feedback, even if that feedback doesn't automatically align with us. We are keen to hear from any of you, especially, like I said, if you are involved in healthcare. Now, can you rely on everything that we've said? Absolutely. I'll say this again. We obtained certification, VASP certification, and we continue to get new certification to make sure that we are a regulated exchange. And we do that on purpose because healthcare by its very nature is highly regulated. So if we expect all our healthcare tokens and all of our healthcare clients and all of our healthcare traders and all of our traders to themselves abide by security laws and other laws, AML laws and so forth, then we ourselves should be open to exactly the same scrutiny. So trust in the fact that we say that we will make sure that we are audited and that we are part of a regulated exchange community, so that when we tell you our 14% equates to this, you have confidence that we are telling you exactly what it is. Now, let me end this video, and I know it's a really long video, but let me end this video by saying the following to you. Welcome to HUMB. Come along and register with us. Even if you cannot afford $1,000 to be in that 6%, even if you can't afford the $100 to be in the 4% or the 2%, come on, and even if you start low and slowly build up, that is okay with us. Okay? You may only start with $1 of HUMB Native tokens, and that is okay. You can build up over time. So come along, come and share in our 14% profit share. More importantly, come along and be part of this revolution. Come and see what we can achieve in terms of improvements and in terms of new initiatives, innovation in healthcare through using the HUMB platform. Come and value your health data. Come and be part of our community. Reach out to us, talk to us. Have a wonderful day. And once again, welcome to HUMB. Welcome to the revolution. Take care, everyone. Be well, be safe, and have vitality. And as a final thank you, if you are associated with healthcare, thank you for your service and welcome to this revolution that is HUMB. Take care, everyone. Bye-bye.